Welcome to Eye on the Tigers News. I'm Abby Garrett.
And Alexis Richer. Thanks for joining us for the news we've been following for you. Governor Andrew Cuomo will count nuclear power as renewable energy, at least temporarily, when the state issues new rules next year requiring utilities to procure half their power from renewable sources by 2030. According to Syracuse.com, Cuomo's new program seems unlikely to persuade energy corporations to cancel plans to close the Fitzpatrick nuclear plant in Oswego County. Entergy officials did not comment on the news, but Cuomo's inclusion of nuclear power as, quote, bridge fuel for the next 15 years would provide a financial boost to nuclear plants. Upstate nuclear plants will be vital to meeting Cuomo's goal of cutting carbon emissions 40%, aides say. However, the governor still hopes to close Indian Point, a downstate nuclear station also owned by Entergy.
President Obama will stand in solidarity with French President François Hollande at the White House today, 11 days after the Islamic State group launched a series of deadly attacks in Paris. But Hollande is likely to leave Washington without firm backing for his call to bring Russia into a new coalition to fight the extremists. Hollande's visit to Washington is part of a diplomatic push to get the international community to bolster the campaign against the Islamic State militants. The group is believed to have been behind the November 13 attacks that killed 130 people in Paris, as well as separate attacks in Lebanon and Turkey, and the downing of a Russian airliner in Egypt. The French president is expected to try to persuade President Obama to increase its bombing of ISIS strongholds, strong military troops, send military groups on the ground, and work with Russian President Putin as part of a coalition.
Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump says the U.S. should engage in much more aggressive interrogation techniques on terrorism suspects as he continues to push a hard line on national security after the Paris attacks. Speaking to thousands at a packed Columbus rally, Trump said techniques practiced until late in the Bush administration and disavowed by President Barack Obama should be brought back because of work. That includes waterboarding, he said, a practice that simulates drowning. He said he'd restore waterboarding in a, quote, in a heartbeat and improve, quote, more than that.
Americans should be alert to the possible travel risks, especially during the holidays, following increased threats from militant groups around the world, the State Department warned on Monday. A travel alert, which is to be in effect until February 24th, said current information suggests that militants with the Islamic State, Al-Qaeda, Boko Haram, and other groups continue to plan attacks in multiple regions. U.S. authorities said the likelihood of such attacks will continue as members of ISIS return from Syria and Iraq, and other individuals not affiliated with terror groups engage in violence on their own. Extremists have targeted sporting events, theaters, open markets, and aviation targets. In the past year, there have been multiple attacks in France, Nigeria, Denmark, Lebanon, Turkey, and Mali.
Adele's new album, 25, has sold more than 2.3 million copies in the United States alone during its first 3 days on the market, a stunning number for a music industry that has seen sales steadily fall on the digital area. To put that into perspective, only Taylor Swift's 1989, released last year, Drake's If You're Reading This, It's Too Late, released in April, and Ed Sheeran's X in June 2014 have sold as much as 1 million copies all year so far. Adele's disc went on sale last Friday. Nielsen Music said Monday that Adele will almost certainly break the one-week record for album sales set by NSYNC in 2000 with 2.4 million for No Strings Attached.
We want to wish English teacher Mr. Joe Deckman and his wife congratulations on the birth of their baby boy, Judson Deckman, who was born late Sunday night. Both mother and child are doing well.
NBC agreed Monday to give 4 Republican presidential candidates free time on affiliates in Iowa, New Hampshire, and South Carolina after they complained Donald Trump unfairly benefited from appearing as Saturday Night Live host earlier this month. The network said John Kasich, Mike Huckabee, James Gilmore, and Lindsey Graham each will get about 12 minutes of time to tout their candidacies during prime time on Friday and Saturday during this week's Saturday Night Live. The candidates will get the time on each of the 18 NBC stations in those 3 states, where early GOP nominating caucuses, or primaries are being held.
With a peek into this week's holiday forecast, here's Mr. Sharp.
We can expect to feel a chill in the air again today and even on Wednesday before some changes move in for Thanksgiving. For the rest of our Tuesday, we can expect some increasing clouds with a chance of some rain showers, which will change over to some snow showers as the sun goes down this evening. There won't be much of an accumulation, though, as the clouds move out and clear skies will leave us with a cold night and low temperatures well below freezing. For tomorrow, seasonably cool temperatures continue, but the skies will be brightened. We should have a full day of sun, but temperatures won't get out of the mid-40s. On Thursday, Thanksgiving, we see some changes. Southerly air moves into the region, bringing with him warmer temperatures, in the upper 50s actually, before some rainy weather moves in on Friday. A longer look shows some more seasonable air coming back for the weekend. That's our weather forecast. We all hope you have a great Thanksgiving. I'm Michael Charbonneau.
With a quick look at what's going on in sports, here's Justice Dan.
Buffalo Bills fans had reason to hope for at least for a little while, but then again, Tom Brady does what Tom Brady does. That's win. The New England Patriots won their 10th straight season to remain unbeaten after a 2013 win over the Bills. It was the 25th win for the Pats over the Bills in their last 28 meetings. The Bills fell to 5-5 for the year. Syracuse University's athletic director, Mark Coyle, saw the need for new leadership for the school's football program, leading to the announcement yesterday that Scott Schaefer would coach his last game at SU this Saturday against Boston College. Here's how the ACC Digital Network reported the firing and the reason from SU's players.
Syracuse football players say they are disappointed their head coach is being forced out. I'm Jeff Michelle. This is the ACC Now. Linebacker Zaire Franklin tweeted this out. Thank you for the opportunity you gave me and everything you taught me, and I'm sorry that it ended this way, Coach Schaefer. Dante Strickland went on Instagram. Hate to see you have to leave us, Coach. You never gave up on me, and I will never give up on you, Coach. Then he finishes, stay strong, Coach. Schaefer's only comment today came from this tweet, win the day, beat BC. But reporter Stephen Bailey tweeted out that Schaefer texted his players this morning, quote, fight the good fight. I love you guys. Let's beat BC and finish this thing with integrity. The announcement came this morning that Saturday's game against Boston College will be Schaefer's last. After thanking Schaefer and his family, athletic director Mark Coyle said in a statement, quote, Scott has worked tirelessly to educate our students on and off the field and to build our program. However, I feel a change in leadership is needed at this time. Schaefer is 13-23 in his 3 years as head coach. This year, Syracuse is 3-8 after a 3-0 start. Much like last year, this team is dealing with key injuries. Now we'll see if Schaefer can get one more win before he's gone. I'm Jeff Fischel. This is the ACC Now.
It's widely speculated that Coyle, who helped build Boise State into a national football power, already had someone in mind before firing. He may have to compete with at least 15 other Division I schools, though, all of which are looking to hire new coaches. Coyle hasn't said when the decision on new coach will be hired, although most believe it would be beneficial to the recruiting process that the new coach is hired quickly. SU is in the midst of an 8th-game losing streak. Finally, we wish the girls' varsity basketball team traveled east to take on Central Valley on Friday for the first time of the season. Tip-off is scheduled for 11 a.m. That's a quick look at the sports. I'm Justice Dan.
The calendar this week shows that students on Wednesday will have an early dismissal. High school and middle school students will be dismissed at 1:55, while elementary schools will dismiss an hour later.
Of course, next Thursday is Thanksgiving, so we won't have classes Thursday and Friday.
Looking into next week, an important event for seniors and their parents. Mexico's annual financial aid night will be held on Wednesday, December 3rd, beginning at 6:30.
That's all for us today, but before we leave, we want to wish you and your family a very happy Thanksgiving, which happens to be the subject of our What We're Saying segment. Have a great holiday, everyone.
My friends and family.
I'm most thankful for all the family members that I have in my family that are pushing me to get through the school year.
I'm honestly most thankful for Black Friday for showing me that Americans are truly bipolar as a country.
I guess I'd have to say I'm pretty thankful for life itself and all the blessings that I've gotten that I don't deserve.
I think I'm thankful for my friends and family, and especially my friend Dakota.
This Thanksgiving, I'm most thankful for, well, my family, my friends, and those people who've helped me through everything.